you already know that new thoughts create new actions, right? You've had days where you've thought a certain way. That's all that's happened. You thought a certain way and it's been the best fucking day. The best fucking day, because you know that your thought patterns create not just what you do, but how you do it, right? So you need an aggressive feedback loop. This is what guys do not have. Guys just drift through life and whatever happens, happens. If they have a good day, they're like, yes, fucking good day. If they have a bad day, they're gutted. They're like, oh, I'm having a shit day, but they never question why. The feedback loop's important. Without the feedback loop, you're always just going to be sloppy and the good days will be so fucking rare. So fucking rare. I've had guys that say to me, like, when we first talk, before they come on the program, worst days all the fucking time, right? All the fucking time. They just, if they have a good day, it's really, really fucking rare. And now, because they have a feedback loop, they know the rituals, the habits to perform that make them think in a very fucking powerful way. So they have powerful fucking days. They know how to do it. And they have feedback loops. And now the bad days happen, but they're way rarer. And the bad days are about equivalent to their previous good days, right? They think they're having a shit day. I've had this before with my guy. Last week we were talking, guy Matt, killer, and he's having not a fucking great time a few weeks ago. He had like a 3-day slump and he knows why it happened. But when he looked back before he started Wake the King, he was like, I'm having like, my bad days now are what I would have considered a really fucking good day. How fucking crazy is that? And it's all a feedback loop, right? Pretend when I get up in the morning, I got to be quiet as fuck, right? Because the girls are asleep upstairs. I'm up doing my rituals, my routines, and I go to the gym. So I'm really fucking quiet, right? Imagine if I did that routine with headphones in, right? That's how most of you guys are living. Imagine if I had my gym headphones in and I was trying to be quiet. You can't do it. You think you could. You'd be like, well, yeah, I'll just keep doing the things that are quiet, right? When I have my keys and I put them on the side, I'll just put them down quietly. But that's not how your brain works. You need the immediate feedback loop, right? Try and put a glass down on a kitchen counter really fucking quietly with headphones in. You can't do it, or if you do it, it'll take you a really, really, really fucking long time because you have no immediate feedback loop to how loud that sound is, right? You can't shut doors quietly because you can't hear how quietly you're shutting the door. So you have to be extra, extra, extra cautious, which takes fucking ages, or you're just going to be loud as fuck because there's no feedback loop. The more rapid your feedback loop, the more control you have, right? So analyze every single fucking day. Ask yourself powerful questions. When you have an amazing day, say why. And don't just look at the stuff that you've already got beliefs attached to, right? Well, I know that when I do this, I have a good day. Cool. Do that shit all the fucking time. But also question the other things that you do that you don't see a direct correlation with, right? You're like, I don't see a connection between me going to a certain gym or training a certain way and then having an amazing day. Doesn't really make sense to me. I don't really see a connection between eating this specific thing for breakfast versus that other thing. But when I did eat that thing, I had an amazing fucking day. You know what? I might eat that fucking thing every single morning. Why wouldn't you? Right? This is a rapid feedback loop. If you do something and it doesn't feel right, in your gut, it just does not feel fucking right, and you know that it drains your energy and it makes you feel like you're operating on a lower frequency throughout the day, then never ever do that fucking thing again. Because no one does good things, even hard things, really fucking hard things that you know are beneficial and good, like training. No one does them. They're like, oh, I really don't want to fucking do that again. That never happens. You slog through a fucking workout, even if it's your first time, and you feel fucked and you feel fucking horrible, and you finish and you're just like, I feel fucking amazing. Lock onto that feeling. That feeling is your gut saying, hey, do that shit again. No one eats a takeaway and says, oh, I needed that, right? No one fucking does that. You think it before you have it, you're like, oh, I need a takeaway. No one does it afterwards. No one gets absolutely fucking shit-faced and wakes up the next morning and goes, oh, fucking, that was amazing, I needed that. No one does it. You say, oh, I'm never fucking drinking again, because you know it was bad. You feel the frequency you're operating on the next day. You don't feel like your most authentic self. You can't even think fucking clearly. Take that as a hint. Don't fucking do it. Even before, like, I don't drink at all, right? But even when I did drink, the rule on the program was never be hungover, because why the fuck would you be? It's the craziest shit. Why the fuck would you remove your most authentic self from your from your conscious, because that's what you're doing. That's what alcohol does, right? It completely changes who you are. People say it exaggerates who you are, right? It might exaggerate some traits. If you're naturally a violent person, it will make you violent as fuck. If you're naturally, I don't know, fucking a little crazy, it will make you really fucking crazy. It can exaggerate it, but that's not your most authentic self at all. That it completely changes who you are, and it's why you can't even remember how you fucking moved, because you're not you. You're not you. You've been taken over by a substance, right? It's the exact same as just eating loads and loads and loads of shitty food and you're sluggish and you're moody. That's not you. Like, it's just a form of sedation that suppresses your higher self, your true authentic self, right? I have guys on a program, when they lock in, one of the first things they say is, I feel like me, right? They start dressing differently. They start moving differently, and they're just like, I've always sort of wanted to move this way. I've always wanted to dress this way, but I haven't because of this and that. Like, they just want to fucking blend in. Whereas actually, when they're locked into their higher self, their most authentic self, they move as them. They're just like, this is how I'm going to show up to the world because it feels like me, and they feel real fucking good about it. And the world tells them, hey, you're doing the right thing, because people start saying shit to them like, hey, you're looking good today. Hey, I love your fucking jacket. Hey, you're looking fucking real good. Like, what's changed? You can just say, I'm just showing the fuck up. That's me, just showing the fuck up. You'll notice your family start looking at you a little different, right? Because you're showing up as your most authentic self. They can fucking smell it. It's why you can have guys that act a totally different way, and you respect both of them, right? But what guys do is they look at a way a guy acts, right? And they respect that guy. They don't know what it is, but they respect that guy. So they start trying to act like that guy. And I did that with movies, right? When I was lost, when I was drifting, I was drinking too much. I'd watch a film and I'd think a guy on that film was cool as fuck. So I wanted to dress like him, and I wanted to have his mannerisms, right? Because I was just desperate to attach myself to an identity that I respected. And you should do that, but that's the totally wrong way to do it, right? Because that's not your most authentic self. And it's why if you respect two guys that are completely different, it's because those two guys are showing up as their most authentic self. And they'll have similar traits that you admire, like loyalty, right? Like they love hard work, like they think clearly, like they go hard, they aim big. All these little things that men naturally respect that you should do, because if you admire them, that's your higher self calling you up to who you should be. But as far as how you talk, how you dress, what you do in the world, how you give value, that's all based on your soul. Your higher self has a very, very specific way of moving. You need to lock into that, because when you do, you're fucking magnetic. And the way you're going to lock into that is through moving in a way that has a quick feedback loop. You move a certain way, it's fucking amazing, say why. You move a certain way, it drops you down, you say why. And you iterate every single fucking day. Not even every day, every fucking second. If you start doing something and your gut says wrong fucking move, you don't commit to it. That's the sunk cost fallacy, where you think, well, I've started something, it'd be dumb to finish it. I've spent money on this, I should see it through. If it don't feel right in your gut, you cut the fuck back. That's what you do, right? You know, you've been out on the piss before, right, with friends, you haven't really felt like fucking doing it. You say, nah, a few beers and I'll be in the mood, I'll get into it. That's crazy. That's dumb as fuck. And that's an extreme, very clear example. But we do it every single day. We start moving a certain way, usually because other people around us are moving that way. And our gut says, this is not how you should be moving. But we keep doing it anyway because we think, well, everyone else is doing it. That's not authenticity, right? You move in alignment with your inner king, your higher self, and it will keep calling you up every single fucking day. But if you ignore it, as you're probably experiencing right now, it gets quieter and quieter and quieter, and it becomes harder to hear. But we can make that voice louder by moving as a man that we would admire. And then the love we get from our families, the admiration, love and respect we get from them, fires us up. It makes us magnetic, and that voice gets louder. We understand the feedback loop there. We're like, shit, started listening to my inner voice, moving authentically. I started moving as the man I was always supposed to be. And look, good shit's happening. And look for clues, look for coincidences that keep happening. It's the world saying, hey, you're doing the right fucking thing, right? Clues. Even if you make a decision in your mind, you're like, I might start doing this, right? And then suddenly, this happened to me, this exact thing happened to me, right? I come to the same store, car park's always packed out, right? Always, like I'm talking for years and years and years, because I don't come first thing in the morning, except for right now, because I'm about to buy Amber some flowers, because it's part of on our program, the Congruent Kings. We got a challenge this week, a battle clean, and one of them is get our wife flowers. Anyway, the car park's packed the fuck in, right? Then I have this idea. I'm like, this is what I need to do, In my mind, like, this is the fucking game plan. And as soon as I think that, pull up to the shop, and the spot right outside the doors that in years has never been free, because why the fuck would it be? It's a massive supermarket, it's always packed out. It's just sat there. Not like a car's not just left. It's other cars are going past it, parking somewhere else. It's just sat there. That's not some like, oh, that's nice, right? I got a feedback loop. I'm like, I think a powerful fucking thing, a move I'm going to make, and then boom, the universe says, hey, you're on the right track. Here's some fucking evidence. Look for this shit. It happens all the fucking time. You could be broke as fuck, living month to month, all fucked up, and then you think, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to start playing the lottery and just drinking my sorrows away and doing all this shit. I'm going to move as the man that I admire. That business that I've been thinking about starting for years and years, I'm going to lock in and do it. And then you'll walk along, you'll find 20 quid on the floor, and you'll be like, oh, fucking hell, caught a break. What a stroke of luck. It's not luck. It's the world being like, hey, you're doing the right thing. You're making the right move. So listen to what the world's fucking telling you. Listen to your inner king, the highest voice, the version of you that you were always meant to be, your most authentic self that your family deserve to have living with them every single day. Wake the fucking king.